Damn. Didn't know there was a drain option underneath there. Power goes in there and there's a disconnect. Well, this is fun. So we get to stand on top of the walk-in to work on the air conditioner. Ice cold. Here's our power coming in. Looks like we got some wire nuts here. We got some wire nuts here. And we got no power here. Oh, that third leg's coming over here. We got nothing anywhere. Something told me to start here anyway, but we're here for your entertainment. So we're going up in. So we're going down up inside that room while we wait for entry to that room. That one looks like it's gotten a little hot. That orange one right there looks like it's getting a little hot. Alright, so these are three-phase compressors. The blue leg here just comes up the top, but then you see the orange and blue here go straight to this. So one of these is always hot. And then it's breaking the black and yellow on this contactor for here, the brown and the red on this one, for this one. Just take a picture of what we have on both of these. Needs a little bit of love anyway. See if anything is ohming out the ground here. No, nothing's reading. Well, we definitely want to clean that up and replace that. I don't keep flag terminals because I don't like flag terminals. We're gonna cut this back here. She's gotten hot. I'm gonna just crimp on a regular spade. We're back to our image, black, blue, yellow. And we can always give these a little bit of trim to make them a little bit tighter. Perfect. That one's good and firm. Now that one's good and tight. So. Well, you know what? We're just gonna make a little break here. Like new. And then this orange one here. We got some darkening and stiffening where that has been hot. So that was on, but we kicked it off and on, and now it's running. Alright, so obviously we're letting air through here. This compressor here is sweating. This one, oh, it's getting cold. It's about to start sweating, I believe. Look at those cute little dryers. I think I got a bigger dryer on my refrigerator at home. We'll go ahead and check out the belt. See a little floppy. So it's pulling tight across the bottom. So we know everything's rotating this way because the belt's just heaving up, no pull on it. Here's all the pull. Yeah, he definitely needs to replace the belt. These are not my favorite. See, it's just a carriage bolt on the bottom. We got a nut on top. We got to loosen all four of those around the foot of the motor, and then there's our adjustment up and down right here. The shitty part is I think this may be a newer unit than some of those other carriers we've been working on, and it's got a worse design. Not supposed to go backwards. It's like continuing to use flatheads now that we have hex heads and literally everything else. Alright, they made me go down and get a freaking wrench because I can't get back here. Could have just flipped the breaker and been on my happy way, but no. Everybody wants to watch a nice little fairy tale. There's got to be struggles and turmoil. That's what makes for good cinematography. Alright, so the way this belt tension is going to work is these carriage bolts are mounted on these slots. It'll slide all the way up and down. And with this on a slant, when we drop the motor down, it's going to increase the distance from here to there to end up taking the slack out of this belt. So we need to do this in a manner to force the motor down, which means we're going to have to loosen this top one. And we're going to turn this one here as though we're loosening it, but since it can't go up that way, it's going to drive this thread down. As I loosen this one, the one above it is getting closer. And the belt's getting snugger. Alright, that's good enough. So we're going to tighten this one back down to kind of lock it in place. Now we got to tighten all these bitches. Alright, these have dried back up. And we'll go kick it back on, make sure those weren't sweating back just because that was loose. Alright, so we're moving a lot more air now. We're still doing well. Now we're on the other side here. That's an interesting setup. Never saw that before. Smoke detector on the outside. Alright. Good. Filters are on the inside somewhere. Because who would want to get up here and change these constantly? Parkour. Take a look here and see. Yeah, that breaker's not happy. Yeah, that breaker's gonna have to be replaced. That is a 3-pole breaker right there. And there's where we got, and that's internal, so possibly on the bus bar. We're going to take a picture here and send it to their maintenance. Yeah, it's getting warm. So yeah, guys, this is a great tool if you don't have one, and you can use it for many things. But we got a hot spot on a breaker right now. Okay, so that's the cause, and we're going to leave everything with an improvement from where we found it, so let's call that a win. We'll see you guys on the next one.